Look, people, if you're not playing Gable game, what are you doing every day with your lives?
Yeah, what are you doing for the 5 minutes that it takes to play the game? What
It
are you
takes
doing?
5 minutes. Go to gablegame.com and guess the wrestler of the day. One of the 330 NCAA wrestling qualifiers this year. Pretty fun time. I have a good time. You seem to have a good time as well, brothers.
Today is the 28th of April, and the wrestler is, drumroll please,
I already forgot his first name.
Chandler.
Chandler Amaker from Central Michigan.
Yep. I did not know he was from Central Michigan. If you had asked me what team he wrestled for, I would not have said Central Michigan. Welcome back to the Barn Session.
If you say the name, I can almost definitely tell you the team. Almost.
Stephen Moncherie.
Yeah.
Stephen Moncherie.
Mm-hmm. Heavyweight.
Sounds like
what are you doing down on that phone?
Sounds like
he's so
Clarion,
right? Oh,
not
no.
Clarion.
No.
Is he from the SoCon?
Dude, I don't even know.
Does he even exist?
App State. Yeah, I knew it was a yellow team. Couldn't think. I was like, it's not Wyoming.
That's how you pronounce that. I didn't know that's how you pronounce his
I mean, it could be Moncherry. I don't know. Hey, how about that U.S. Open?
Do you have a doc? Do we have a doc open?
And I've done nothing. I have created nothing. I have been busy today. I'm sorry. Right. Also, USA Wrestling. What happened to the fantasy thing that you had for like moments?
So did they just get rid of that completely?
They and it's forbidden. I tried to open up the link that I was checking, and it said 403 forbidden.
Yeah.
So
yes, I did the same.
They cut us out. I wonder if there's some sort of security flaw or something, or compliance. I don't know. Who knows? Let's get into the results.
We're gonna start 17s and go up, or are we gonna start chronologically? How are we gonna do it?
I have nothing to say about the kids. I have nothing.
Why?
Well, maybe it's a little bit of U20s, but like U17, I got nothing, dude. I'm all out of gas.
I got nothing.
Yeah. I had enough energy to watch seniors and some U20s, and that was about it.
I didn't watch the U20 finals.
If Katie saw me watching wrestling this weekend, she took a swing at me. So I had to be very careful.
Damn.
I had to be
because why?
Huh?
Because why?
Not actually, but she was getting annoyed with how much wrestling I was watching. So
how much wrestling were you watching?
I was watching a lot of wrestling. There's a lot of good wrestling going on this weekend.
He doesn't join you and just watch some. You haven't gotten her invested.
No, whenever I'm watching Luke Lildahl and Nico Provo wrestle in the semis, she's not watching.
Why?
No.
That's understandable.
Why would she not? No. Why? What? How is that understandable? That's a great match. How does that not excite you?
It doesn't excite me.
Doesn't get me going.
That's because you're a casual.
I'm very casual.
Did you guys see this on the backside of
was
50
today of the Gable game?
Was what?
Number 1 at the Gable game today.
Oh. It doesn't matter. You're still a casual.
Congratulations, casual. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and again. Isn't that even a broken clock is wrong twice in the day?
0 for 2.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Still better than your Gable game record, buddy.
My Gable game record is awesome.
Yeah, mine's perfect.
Who was the name before today's?
Was it Serber, right?
I didn't get to do it. That's what I missed it.
Oh, then that's a miss.
You missed. Sorry, brother. There goes the streak. Luke Lildahl wins 57 kilos. Not too much to talk about there. He's got Spencer Lee. What do you guys feel about that match?
So I heard the potential match or the match, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? Spencer Lee by Tech?
Do you think so?
Probably.
You don't think that Luke Lodahl has any navigation capabilities in that match, especially with
don't get
Thomas
taken
Gilman in
down.
his corner.
Don't get gut wrenched.
Thomas Gilman.
Thomas Gilman in his corner.
He didn't beat Spencer
No, but he came close.
No, he didn't.
until he got pinned.
Wasn't the first match like a 1-point match?
Yeah, but it was controlled.
Okay.
Go watch it.
I don't care how controlled a 1-point match is. A 1-point match is 1 point away from being a different result.
That's just not true.
Yes, it is.
Not true.
Factually.
Kyle Dake, Sammy. Kyle Dake.
Yeah.
What about it?
Jaden Cox.
Jaden Cox.
Kyle Snyder.
You can still say that they wrestle close matches. I think close and controlled are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, it's just disingenuous is all I'm saying.
I hate you. I'm going to move on to 61 kilos.
Wait. I didn't see this match personally, but I heard that there was controversy in the semis between Dap DeShazer and Liam Cronin. Was that true?
Controversy how? In what way?
I don't know. Cautions or something?
They gave a caution 1 with 49 seconds left.
Yeah, they didn't really say why either.
Was there a dap slap?
No, I think it was. I think they were trying to say grasping fingers, but I mean, they didn't even warn him. And then they hit him again, and they threw the brick, and they took that point away. But I mean, they should have thrown the brick the first time too.
The refs were doing some suspect things all weekend long.
I mean, dude, the crazy amount of time that they were giving, like the crazy little amount of time they were giving guys on top in parterre was, I didn't understand that at all. Like, what changed?
The annoying thing about that is not replicative of what is going to happen on the senior level.
Exactly.
So that's a problem. Also, dude, I sent you guys a screenshot, right, of Brayton Lee's match with Will Luwan.
Yeah,
bro. Brayton Lee is sitting half on his back, and they just call a pin.
Yeah, but he did get put to his back like 30 seconds into the match.
Yeah, Will Luwan did get a 2-on-1 and just threw him right to his back, and then that was it.
He was mad because he got beat up by James Green.
Well, then Will Luwan lost to Ian Parker for third.
Well, his anger was gone by then.
He said, "I got to pin Brayton Lee." Good enough. Okay. You want to move on 61?
Is Brayton Lee back to form almost?
He took 5th or 6th. He took 6th. He lost 18-14 to Bryce Andonian for 5th.
I'm just saying he looks pretty good.
He looks pretty good. He's pretty good. I'm excited for him.
Where's he training? Is he training in Indiana?
Heck yeah. 61 kilos. Jax Forrest wins, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Seth Gross takes out Marcus Blaze in a wild match. Jax Forrest, his only match that he doesn't tech fall in is a 4-0 win over Ben Davino in the semis. Ben Davino's only there because he gets a takedown straight into a lace and starts a volcanic eruption, and Dayton fixes his knee.
A volcanic eruption.
Is that really what happened?
It exploded. I don't know. It seemed like, I don't think Dayton Fix is one to feign injury.
I didn't see what happened. So
he was in a lace. He was trying to defend the lace.
Those dangerous leg laces. I will keep saying it. Too dangerous. One leg lace. You get one.
What do you mean? What?
You get one leg lace, and then you have to go to a different move.
I hate that.
That used to be the rule.
I hate it. And also, does that reduce the risk and injury?
I don't know. The real thing is, I hate watching guys get laced to like a tech. I hate it so much.
What if you hit one and then release the lace, but then go back to the lace after that?
Yeah, what if Spencer Lee just sets up 4 leg laces?
It's like a turn.
But you can just roll a turn. The hardest turn normally, the hardest turn should be the first one. But seemingly it is the last one, and I don't understand that.
The hardest one is the first one, exactly.
Just like a lace.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah. The hard part is getting that first leg lace,
cut
and
is
then
the deepest.
the first cut is the deepest, and every cut after that, it's easy. It's easy. So make it harder. Don't let them lace a guy into oblivion. What?
You fool me once, you can't get fooled again.
Yeah, old saying down in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas. I heard it's in Tennessee.
J. Cole, how's it go again? Jay, what do they say down Tennessee?
I will load the chopper and let it rain on you. Oh man,
that's right, J. Cole.
Yeah.
All right. How did we feel about Jax Forrest, Ben DeVino, Marcus Blaze, all these youngins going out there and, placing 3 of the top 4? Seth Gross doing what Seth Gross does.
Who took third? Blaze?
Blaze did.
Marcus Blaze
took third. Fourth? DeVino?
Ben DeVino.
What was the score of that match?
Unfortunately, is covered up by the QR code. Let's see if I can snag it right here. 6-4. Benjamin DeVino won that. Nice. Oh, he got like a last second takedown, and then they tried to challenge it, and they lost the challenge. DeSanto beat Tomasello via disqualification.
He DQ'd him.
It appears that there's not a match. There is not a match to watch, and there is no scoring sheet, so I'm guessing they just didn't wrestle. That's my guess. Interesting. Fix obviously didn't wrestle out the backside. Mikhail McGee came out and placed 6th. Okay. Yeah, who did he lose to on the front side? Oh, DeSanto. Okay. Got teched by DeSanto on the backside or on the front side, and then for 5th loses to him 10-6. Rapid improvement.
What do we think happened to Buzakis?
Right. He got hurt, right? Against Tomasello?
I did see that one, yes. I did see that one. It looked like it was his knee. He was killing Tomasello. He was absolutely destroying him.
I don't know. I hope he's okay though.
It was his knee.
Because I like watching Nick Buzakis wrestle. Even if the people
are you gonna like him wrestling for Pittsburgh next year?
I'm gonna love it. In the ACC.
Did you guys know that Chance Lamer is at Nebraska?
Yep.
I knew he was in the portal. That much I did know.
For the second time.
Why didn't you tell us, Reese? How come you didn't inform the group chat?
I figured you guys knew. I didn't want to insult your intelligence.
No, just always just assume we don't. Because I always assume you guys don't know, even though I'm pretty sure you do know.
Don't you have the most readily available access to the portal, Ryan?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
I'm not an NCAA entity.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. So you can't it's not a transfer if you go from junior college or from D1 to junior college.
I don't know what that's all going to change here soon.
So maybe you do get access to the portal.
We'll see.
They open it up. They give you a ray gun. They say, Ryan, use this carefully.
Ray gun?
Use it on your podcast. Yeah, like a portal gun.
That's what I meant. That you're talking.
Nah, COD zombies. Ryan, they're trying to fetch your soul. You have no lights on.
Yeah,
it's so dark. Yeah.
Fetch me their souls.
Okay. Jax Forrest, Vito Rujao. How do you see that happening, Reese?
That's what I was about to ask you. I don't know. I have no idea.
Here's what I think.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's what I think. Jax Forrest clearly is able to recognize or identify, however you want to call it, right? He's able to see what his opponent does and what they're good at and understand the situation, understand the position, and find ways to navigate and or counter it. I think he did that against Seth Gross, and it was great.
Do you think he had a pre-game preparation for Gross? Because I don't think so. I think he just wrestles.
I think he worked on those positions.
I think he's just a bad matchup for Seth.
I don't know. The way
I don't necessarily think he was ready. Like he was ready for the mule kick.
It felt like he was because he kept grabbing the leg every time he went to the mule kick.
Yeah, I mean that's just something that a lot of people do that.
Oh, he game planned for sure, Reese.
Think he game planned?
I think he did, dude. I mean, here's the thing. If I'm getting ready to wrestle Seth Gross, I am understanding the very niche things that he does. And
he's got the perfect style to game plan against Seth for. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I think that's a great skill to have. I think it's to not have to take weeks of practice to be able to understand your opponent's position and to be able to just say, I'm getting ready to wrestle this guy. Give me a couple hours.
What's he game plan for Vito?
You don't really have one. He's got a couple of things that you got to be aware of, but Vito is.
I think Vito's
pretty dynamic.
Not any less game planable than Seth, minus the mule kick, the 2-on-1. The 2-on-1 is just the one thing.
His dynamic movement, like Vito moves, is able to move more athletically than Seth Gross is.
I will be shocked if he gets that little slide by on Vito. Vito does too good a job of staying in good position, keeping his elbows in.
You might be right because Vito's got a very good touch. His sense for pressure
kind of has that wide open stance. That's why his elbows are out, and he was able to get to a slide by against Seth Gross.
Yeah, elbows. It was kind of like later in the match when I feel like the wheels kind of just fell off.
It was not. It went in the right direction, and then it went in the wrong direction for the rest of the match for Gross. And he just never got back. But boy, I mean, dude, so many of the things that he did, I was like happy to watch. Which, like, he's defending, giving up the takedown for so long that he gives up a trap arm gut, but then he gives up the trap arm one turn to be able to fight off and get his arm out, and I'm like, this is great. This is good wrestling.
Yeah, he stays on his back in order to not. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I thought it was great, and I wish we got to see Fix and Forrest, and maybe even Fix and Gross. So it sucks to have.
I want to see Gross and Vito is what I want to see.
No kidding. That would be a pretty good one. Well, maybe one day, but not this year. Okay.
That would be a terrible match for Seth Gross.
Maybe. 65 kilograms. Joey McKenna, the cowboy, back-to-back Cowboys.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just think, the best style against Vito Arujau is, a build and a style like Ono and Spencer Lee.
Yep.
Squatty, strong,
compact,
explosive, scores in bunches.
Yep.
I think Vito can make mistakes though, and getting to, like with Nishan, how he got into some back and forth exchanges.
And it does depend on what Vito you get.
Nishan also has some familiarity with Vito as well.
Yeah, and Nishan has a level of capability that I feel like he doesn't always tap into, which sucks whenever I see him wrestle a guy like Jax Forrest. I'm like, I think you could take it to this guy. But then no?
Past that point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't. Maybe that's just what he wasn't working on, or maybe things are in the past for him. Obviously, they already retired, but I just remember watching him too? wrestle. Yeah, watching him wrestle Cologne in that best of 3 series. I'm like, this guy can wrestle everybody that's at his weight. He can take down all of them.
What could have been? Man, he might have won a world championship that year.
He might have.
Cologne was bronze.
Yeah.
Was that 2017?
Might have won it.
2018, I believe. Yes, I believe 2018. Dude, Cologne had a rib breaker of a gut.
Oh no, 61. Was that Rodriguez? Bonnie Rodriguez?
Yalis? When he beat Rashidov?
Was that 2018?
I think that was 2018, yeah. I want to say you're right.
Yeah, Nishan. Could have beat both those dudes.
Rashidov?
Rashidov would have been tough.
He could beat Rashidov.
Rashidov was a beast, especially when he went up to 65. He was good. He was good. Okay, speaking of 65, let's move on up. Joey McKenna.
Commies.
3-2 over Jesse Mendez.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that he did not give up a takedown in that quad pod for almost a minute.
That was impressive.
Strong core.
And the difference maker. Dude, not just the core, your shoulders. Your shoulders are on fire after that.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like worried. I was like, man, how is he going to feel after that?
Yeah.
He's got pretty broad, strong shoulders though. So.
Clearly. Yeah. I mean, and Willie said it on his recap with Bash that this didn't look like the best version of Joey McKenna, and I think I agree. I mean, he had a barn burner match with Aiden Valencia, and I think he can widen the gap against Mendez. I think he can put together more takedowns, more scoring opportunities than just a 3-2 match.
I think Aiden Valencia is the future of the weight class.
Do you see Jesse Mendez moving up?
No, I just see Aiden Valencia being really good when he gets older.
You see him being better?
Mm-hmm. I just do. I don't know. I just see something in the kid.
Okay.
So he took third. He beat Real twice. Wow.
Yes.
Real
5-3 on the backside and 5-4 on the front side.
9-8. Man, I need to watch that match.
Tech Carter Young, who beat Vince Cornella. Yeah, 9-8. Bartlett losing to Woods. Wow. Yeah, some really good backside matches here.
Is Vince healthy?
I would assume yes. Given the year off that he just had.
Did he see? I didn't get to watch any of his matches. Did he seem healthy? I guess is my question.
I didn't get to watch any of his wrestling either. But I'm gonna say yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
You know what I hate? I'm going to say this right now. I hate when my Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream has
the best.
has way too many
brownies and not enough cookie dough.
No, too much cookie dough, not enough brownies. That's what I hate. And the brownies are always like, sometimes the brownies are amazing, sometimes not so much.
Sometimes what do you mean? How are they not amazing ever? They're always amazing. They're literally always amazing.
Sometimes they're made in a different factory.
Sometimes they're not soft and chewy like they're supposed to be. Sometimes they're like crumbly.
Different factory.
I think it's just the trip to
different factory.
Yeah.
Shut up, Sammy.
It's a different factory.
You're a different
I think speaking of factories and where food is made that people like, I think Kansas has like a really good Cheez-It factory that people rave about. They say if you get Cheez-Its with this serial number on it, you're getting it from this factory in Kansas, and they make the best Cheez-Its.
Aren't Cheez-Its like banned in the European Union or in other countries?
No, wait. Stop. Go back to Sammy's thing. What are you talking about, Sammy? Where did you hear this?
So this is a thing with I mean, I don't know, Instagram or something. I don't know. But like people do this with Takis, people do this with Cheez-Its and all of the other foods that are mass produced. They'll start to uncover patterns in like different boxes. And they'll understand, okay, this box with this serial number, you can track it back to this factory, and they make it in a certain way. They get a certain input of ingredients, and it makes the product different. And so I like getting mine from this factory, and these taste the best. So I'm only going to look for this serial number on my box of Cheez-Its.
Interesting.
Yeah. People are that crazy about their processed foods.
Well, if it tastes better, then it tastes better, Sammy. Like, what the fuck do you know?
Ryan, I just want to see your eyes, dude. I just want you to look up at the camera and like talk to us instead of being on your phone or whatever you're doing.
I'm doing it all.
He's doing it all.
I'm working 2 jobs.
All right.
Joey McKenna. So, how do we feel about Joey McKenna as our world rep?
Well, he's going to have somebody. Who do you think he has? Does he have Aiden Valencia, Jesse Mendez, Bo Bartlett, Real Woods?
Probably Mendez right now, but could be Valencia.
Could be
Valencia is doing
Bosef.
good.
Could be Bartlett.
Could be Bosef.
Could be Real Woods.
Bartlett, dude.
I don't think any of them are separated from each other, including
What
McKenna.
about
McKenna.
What about Luke Stanich? Let's segue.
I like that. I like that. U20s. Luke Stanich.
Let's stay on 65 kilos, but segue over to U20s.
Let me pull the bracket while you're talking.
Who did he beat in the finals?
Pearson Manville 6-0.
Yeah, Pearson had a weekend.
Dude. He's a stud.
Pearson also looked good this weekend, but Luke Stanich looked amazing. And I understand that Knox teched his way through it, and he 100% deserved the OW. But personally, I would have given it to Stanich. I'm not mad that Knox got it. Congratulations to Knox. I'm a big fan. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I just would have given it to Luke Stanich.
Yeah, he and his dad will beat you up, buddy. You watch your mouth.
No. I'm too far away.
Can't reach me. Luke Stanich wins 8-8 over Daniel Zepeda in the quarters, beats Bo Bassett 5-2 in the semis, and then wins 6-0 in the finals over Pearson Manville. Yeah, and
dude,
the people on the internet are like, "Yeah, I expect a college guy to beat up on some high schoolers. It's an age group tournament, you idiot."
Yeah, and we're talking about Bo Bassett. He's transcendent.
Transcendent.
Transcendental.
No kidding.
He's transcendent.
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a dumb argument, and it pisses me off because people are like, "Oh, of course Bo Bassett's going to beat up on high schoolers. He's 20. Oh, of course Luke Stanich is going to beat up on Bo Bassett. He's in college versus a high schooler." It's like pick a side, and then shut up.
Pick a lane.
You tell him.
It's just frustrating. It's frustrating to hear people and their nonsense.
Tell him.
So Luke Stanich, I think he's a threat at 141 next year.
Indeed.
Now he did get majored by Mendez.
Lehigh has a good little 1-2-3 there.
Their 1-2-3 is really good, and then they got Sheldon Seymour, Ryan Crookham, Luke Stanich, and then they have Kelvin Griffin and Logan Rosinski, who are two national qualifiers. Brignol's at 65, and he's an All-American level guy. And then you have Rylan Rogers, Caden Rogers, JT Davis. Those are all qualifier caliber guys. Maybe they can improve. And then Nathan Taylor is an All-American level guy, maybe a title contender. So
that's top team at least.
That is a team that I do not want to be faced up against if I'm at national duels. That's a good team. It's a really good team.
That's the reason why Penn State's not going to national duels.
And I say that with a lot of resentment for that team. I don't like them. I never will. Them, Princeton,
I don't like them either.
They can all kick rocks.
I've always liked Lehigh.
I respect them. I don't like them.
Would you rather be respected and
Dad
disliked?
Dad made me watch this documentary on John Trench. And ever since, I've always liked Lehigh.
I watched that. Probably with you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bro.
I am going to move on to 70 kilos with my favorite champion.
You didn't answer my question.
What?
TJ Duke?
What about him?
How's your favorite champion of the weekend?
No, Yanni Diakomahalis. Reese, what's your question?
You're back on senior.
Would you rather be respected and disliked or liked and not respected?
Disliked and respected.
Interesting. Can I pick liked and respected, Reese?
It's not an option.
Dan, he didn't list one of those as an option, Ryan.
I didn't give you that option.
Better luck next time. Nerd.
Then can I just not have friends? I just choose not to talk to anyone. How about that?
And you're respected.
No. I'm choosing not
nice
to talk
job.
to anyone. All right. It's not them choosing not to talk to me. I'm choosing to ignore them, okay?
So you don't respect them.
Yes. But I like them.
Okay. But you do like them. Look at those bars, Sammy. On your little thing there.
Yeah, why is
Why are
Sammy
your
so
bars
loud?
so much bigger than ours?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like, look at that. Look how much bigger your
Oh,
little
what did I
sound.
do? I'm sorry.
No, it's
They're so
always
much
been.
bigger than
It's like
ours.
that. It's like that every episode, Sammy.
I know. Why?
I'm sorry. Can we get back to the wrestling, brothers?
I'm answering my question.
I don't know, and they'll be balanced later. Okay. 70 kilos. Yanni Diakomahalis wins the bracket. He wins the tournament. He takes out James Green in the finals.
Dude, he just absolutely decked Bryce
Dude.
Andonian. Thanks for not letting me watch it live, though, Sammy. Nothing. Never mind.
That's what I thought. Otherwise, me and Anthony Knox will be paying you a visit. How did we feel about Yanni's performance in the match, needing to go out and get a score with, not much time left and like not showing much potential to score until actually locking his hands around the leg?
You look good.
Okay.
Finish was good. Good finish.
Dude, he always finishes. He always finishes, and he always finishes well. I'm never worried about that. I'm always worried about him actually getting to his shots. And James Green, at 65 kilos, couldn't stop his offense. But at 70 kilos, he could.
This is a different James Green.
It's different James Green. It's also a different Yanni Hollis.
Yeah, that's less.
Same
but that's
beast,
a less
but
Yanni
different
than
animal.
Yeah.
Less Yanni, more James is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, that's what the history would tell you with James Green.
I would think physiologically it's more of both.
Well, I'm just saying, based on James Green's results at 65 kilos versus 70, it's a different, much different guy.
I hear you. Okay. All right. Backside here, Ian Parker takes third. We said that earlier. Will Luan fourth, Andonian fifth, and Brayton Lee sixth. Oh, it was 14-11 that Andonian beat Brayton Lee. Ian Parker beat Bryce Andonian. What was the score of that match? 7-6. A very quiet match
For Bryce Andonian.
Yeah.
A loud match for Ian Parker.
No kidding. Considering his match the round before was a 4-4 criteria win over Yaya Thomas.
Yeah, isn't he kind of... Well, Yaya is also like...
And then a 2-1 win over Will Luan. Quiet. Jaden Ironman, is he retired?
I don't think so.
He hasn't wrestled in a while.
But I think
I haven't seen him wrestle.
I think he plans on wrestling.
Okay. 74 kilos. Mitchell Mesenbrink, tech fall, 16-6 over David Carr.
Called it.
Is it? I don't know. What do you do with this result and the Takatani result? And
you say David Carr
Takatani is Takatani, first of all. Takatani, he's hot and cold. You just never know what Takatani you're going to get.
Based on...
Are you going to get the Takatani that tech followed Kyle Dake, or are you going to get the Takatani that got pinned by... or whatever, not tech Kyle Dake, but destroyed him?
He got caught and pinned by Jamalov.
He got jammed.
He got jammed.
He didn't get caught, though.
He didn't get caught? He got jammed.
Jamalov does that to everybody. Yeah. He loves
Jamalov jammed him up.
He doesn't do it to everybody. He shouldn't
even be ready to meet my friend Jelly.
Jeremy jammed him. You just got jammed.
You got Jeremy jammed. You got jammed.
You got jammed.
Okay. So it's like there's about a 95% likelihood that we are going to have one of Mitchell Mesenbrink or David Carr be our world rep at 74 kilos. How do you feel about either of them at Worlds?
I like David Carr.
better. I'm telling you, Jordan Burroughs is coming out of retirement.
To 74?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, why would you even say that?
Is he even qualified? Can he go to the trials?
Why wouldn't he be able to?
Because he
He's
doesn't
got a
wrestle this way.
lifetime qualification membership.
He's got the golden ticket.
They used to have that.
That's dumb. That's crazy.
It used to be
What
a
do you
thing.
mean they used to have that?
You used to, if you made an Olympic or world team, you were automatically qualified for any Olympic or world
For life?
team trial. Forever.
So some of them are still qualified.
No, not anymore. I don't know.
Run it.
They
Run
didn't
it.
get They got rid
Mako,
of the rule.
Mako, get out there.
They probably would. They probably would let him though. Let's be honest.
Right. He said, I didn't take off my shoes.
You didn't see me
Like
take
that
off my shoes, did you?
Okay, so Reese, you said that you think you like Carr more than Mesenbrink at the world
Yes.
level. I think I agree with you. Can we talk about why?
I think Carr has better match tactics, and I think his style is suited better for foreigners.
Yeah. Do you think so? Mitchell Mesenbrink clearly takes wrestling and turns it into a war of attrition, and it works very effectively against American wrestlers. Do you think he's going to have the same efficacy at the senior level with that, at the international competition?
Depends on the country.
Okay,
I
Jamalov.
think probably 90% of the guys that he's going to do that to them on the
Jamalov,
world stage.
I think he destroys Jamalov. Mitchell
Sidakov.
That's crazy. He is not.
Sidakov, no, I don't think. I think Sidakov beats Mitchell Mesenbrink.
Takatani.
Mesenbrink probably destroys Takatani.
I think I disagree with that one.
Might. No.
Considering the guy that beat him at U23 Worlds, right?
I think he destroys that guy if he wrestles him again.
Do you think something's changed in the last calendar year?
I think that match is definitely a winnable match for Mesenbrink, and it could probably be winnable by technical fall.
Thank you, Reese.
I think he massively overextends in his matches, and that foreign competition is more tuned to counteract that, to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are you queuing up in right now? Are you queuing up in Fortnite on your PlayStation? Yeah.
I'm not queuing up in anything.
I think you are. Show me your hands. Yeah.
Bread.
Now bring the controller up. I saw it earlier.
I'm eating bread.
Oh.
No, it's bread. It's from my
What are you playing there?
I'm not playing anything yet.
What about Valiev?
Yeah, Valiev, terrible matchup.
That's a coin toss.
And then
he is going to get outfoxed.
Does he destroy the Iranian?
But Valiev will get tired.
What if little Yaz comes up to 74 kilos? Is he going to wrestle Mesenbrink? Is that going to go well?
He would also get tired.
He beat Lil Yaz for sure.
Lil Yaz. Is he? Do you think Mitchell cuts a lot of weight for 74 kilos? Does he just look regular sized, like 170 pounds, walking around?
Maybe. I mean, yeah,
75.
Yeah, I don't think he's that tall. I think he's probably as tall as me.
Yeah, it does not look tall at all. But he looks broad. Ryan, what do you say when you say that word?
He's 5'10".
Say the word that you just said, though.
Height.
He's my height.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
He's my height.
Hey,
that's just wrong.
Grammar police over here.
Height? He's my height. Yeah, that's what I said the second time. Height. I didn't say height. I didn't say height.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next weight.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. Well, actually, never mind. Well, I guess I'll just save it for a later podcast.
Well, no, okay. Actually, I'll ask this question. Because we're going to see Carr and Mesenbrink wrestle in a series, most likely. Pretty well guaranteed. What do you think? What do you expect?
Give me... I mean, I'd like to see Carr win. I think the match, I feel like, was going Carr's way until that step out. And then he gave up.
Yeah, but
he
how do
gave
you
up a
let?
4,
Yeah, how
which
do you
is
let a
unlike
step
him.
out change the momentum that much?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the 4 obviously was if the step out wasn't the momentum changer, the 4
The
was.
4 was. Yes, I agree. I will agree with that for sure.
And that was pretty uncharacteristic of Carr. And then he gave up another 4, even more uncharacteristic of him. He tried to chest wrap him. It was crazy. It was a crazy thing to do.
Well, I think he was frustrated because he gave up that first 4.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I feel
Can't
like
get
the
flustered.
wheels. Yeah, he got kind of flustered for sure.
You can't. You just can't, though. You can't get flustered in those situations.
Sammy, I've seen you get flustered so much.
Right. And guess what, Ryan? I'm sitting here recording a podcast. I didn't just get done wrestling at the U.S. Open Finals, okay? If I'm in the U.S. Open Finals, I'm not getting flustered.
So you say. From your chair.
So you say.
From my chair. I'm not getting flustered.
You're
No
probably getting
thoughts in
more
here.
flustered. The only time I didn't see you get flustered was against Wyatt Sheets. Congratulations at Fargo. That was a good job.
Thank
You should have. There's a couple of times I would have been flustered in that match, but you didn't get flustered, and I was proud of you.
Yeah. I was in the flow state.
What would have flustered you?
I think I would have been a little bit worried that they were going to give him 2 at the end of the match.
They didn't. I knew. I looked at the refs. I winked, and they were like, "Yeah, I got you." So okay, thanks.
So you said, "I'll burn your house down."
Now you made it weird. 79 kilos.
I saw it. You did it. It's on camera.
Evan Wick, 9-1 over Dean Hamity.
Wick looked good.
9-1.
Now,
couple of Wisconsin Badger All-Americans going at it.
Yeah. I got a question for you guys.
165U, Wisconsin.
We're gonna see
transfer you.
We're gonna see Dean Hamity have to run through the challenge bracket at World Team Trials, and I don't know if he's gonna win it.
I got a feeling there's going to be a lot more. So there are going to be some new challengers at that trial.
I even think with just the challengers at the U.S. Open, he wouldn't win it.
Who else is he going to have?
Simon Ruiz.
Well, I know. Sammy's all high on Simon Ruiz. Reese, who do you think?
Did he take third?
He took third. He had a 9-5 match against Evan Wick. He beat Carson Harshla twice.
I mean, he's good.
He beat Muhammad McBride.
He had a good. I mean, he was pretty close to. I don't know if he was close to beating him, but he had
he was on a shot.
The Haynes match.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Is Haynes going to be
a shot for it?
Haynes, is he going to be at World Team Trials?
Haynes might. Strachey might.
Yeah. Do we think Strachey will go 79?
I think Strachey's going up to 86.
Dude, where are all the Iowa wrestlers, Ryan? Where are they?
I like him at 86 too. Where's Kennedy? He should wrestle.
Where's Pat? They're pretty good at freestyle.
I know what they're doing.
Iowa is notorious for not letting their dudes wrestle.
I'm not allowed to tell you what they're doing right now.
You don't know.
It's a no. You know Jack.
Yes,
you know Pat. You know Jack.
It's called the hyperbolic time chamber.
Okay, that takes 2 days. What do you got your principles mixed up?
Yeah, but they had those 2 days set on
for
same
the US
days
Open
as the US Open. So
okay, all right.
It was the only days they could get into the hyperbolic time chamber.
Well, you told us, so congratulations. Okay. Anybody that we could see new challenger wise at 79 kilos that we think could take out Evan Wick?
Yes, Levi Haynes.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Shane Griffith.
Why not? Shane Griffith. Probably not going to wrestle.
No. 0% chance. No.
Well, yeah.
I don't think so. Carson. No.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Why do you think no? He took fourth. He looked good.
Yeah, I think Evan looked really good in comparison to the field.
Well, I mean, he had a close match with Ruiz.
9-5.
Yeah. And I think Hartsub matches up better.
What if Daringer came out of
Or
retirement?
maybe worse. I don't know. Yeah, what if Daringer came back?
I would love it if he did. I bet you that guy is so far away from 79 kilos.
Why didn't David McFadden wrestle?
It's a great question. It's a really good question.
He would have won that weight. McFadden would have won it.
No.
I think he was there cutting weight.
I saw him there. I saw him talking to Yinny.
Yinny.
I just don't get it, dude. Jason Nolf, David, these guys could. I mean, Nolf, what are you doing, man?
Vincenzo. Mark Hall.
What are we doing? All these guys quit at the worst time.
Dude. But being in the game for that long can just be exhausting.
Whatever, dude. I mean, it's not like college. I get that you have to support yourself and all that shit.
I don't know, man. I don't blame anybody for wanting to be done with it. I get it.
But Nolf, bro, why would you go that long? Why would you go all the way up into the point where
he got so far,
and then you're like, yeah, I'm done too.
But in the end, nothing really mattered.
Nothing really mattered. He would have stomped everybody this way.
He Lincoln Parked his career, man.
He would have given 2014 another U.S. Open champ. 2014 had two champs.
Joey
Snyder.
We'll
always have Snyder.
Yeah, well, he doesn't always wrestle in the open. Matter of fact, he barely ever does.
We'll always have Snyder to some degree.
Yeah.
Forever, 100 years.
100 years ago. Kyle Snyder. Put him in a robot suit. Make his brain keep working.
He's going to be 50 years old wrestling fucking... wrestling.
Okay, let's move up to 86 kilos and get started before the madman comes back. Kyle Dake loses to Zahid Valencia 8-4.
This was a good match.
This was a really good match.
So exciting. I was so excited watching this match. So very excited.
On the edge of my seat the whole time.
The whole time, because it's like, dude, Zahid, every match he's in, I feel like is exciting. Like, if it's a close match, it is going to be exciting. He is going to score early and do something awesome, and then potentially blow it. Like, every time it's a close.
You know what I'm always excited about whenever I see Zahid Valencia? The thing where he drops to his knees and slams his hands on the mat. When he does that every single match, I'm always excited to see that.
Like, there it is.
You know how he how he spends a minute and a half every match on his hands and knees.
That's exciting. It's just you're like, when's the ref gonna hit him?
When's he gonna get him? Oh, he came back up. He's back down. He's in on a shot.
Yeah, very exciting.
No, he is actually exciting to watch.
Dude, I mean, nobody does what he did to Dake. Nobody on the planet.
What is Ryan doing right now?
He's got a pair of pliers.
Are you intentionally? Oh, okay. No. And okay. There's a couple things to address here. One, Kyle Dake will not be leaving 86 kilos. There's zero chance that happens. Because his goal is to be an Olympic champion. People are like, why doesn't? Well, it's the people who like want an A1 world team. They're like, 79 kilos is so weak. Why doesn't Kyle Dake drop down? Why doesn't Chance Marsteller drop down? Why doesn't if Chance Marsteller wants to drop down, he might, and that's cool. Whatever. Kyle Dake wants to go win an Olympic gold medal, and so wrestling and adjusting to 86 kilograms with the current weigh-in procedures and weight classes is his in his mind his best option. So he's going to stay there until he's done, basically. So
until they add 79 kilos to the Olympics.
Oh, then I'm sure he would drop down instantaneously. Now, with that in mind, Zahid Valencia, every time I watch Zahid wrestle, he looks like a bigger person. I don't know how he continues to do it.
He definitely seems
Cowboy
he
pork
seems
chop.
maxed out to me.
His like, I don't understand it. It looks like his arms were longer. It looked like he was on his hands and knees, and he was he was head level with Dake. It was weird. It was weird to look at.
Dake looked
Cowboy bulk
big.
chop.
I thought
Dake looked thicker. He had like bigger arms and a bigger torso and more filled out. Zahid just looked like you had a picture of Zahid and you just blew it up a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, his chest looked as big as it's ever looked.
Right.
Freakishly. He looked freakish.
Yeah, and I'm, dude, I listened to Piles talk about how the weight was not the reason that he beat Kyle Dake, and I
kind of agree to an extent too. Yeah,
I do agree to an extent, but the way he was portraying it was just infuriating.
That it played no role whatsoever.
Right. He
was obviously played a role.
Obviously, if Kyle Dake is at his comfortable weight and Zahid is pulling down like they have wrestled in the past,
challenge him, Sammy.
He's not going
to challenge him.
Yeah, he's never responded to any of my
challenge him.
Maybe one day.
Call him a coward.
I'll challenge him when Reese challenges Raider on the Kozak thing.
Not Raider, Bray.
Bray feels like I feel less anger whenever Bray.
Well, I like Bray. But I am very much disappointed in his rankings, his high school rankings. They're disappointing as hell.
Wait, so Bray does Bray does the rankings, but Raider said that Bray might be the best, right?
He said he might be the most knowledgeable person in high school wrestling. Like, no one is more in the weeds. That's just what he said. No one is more in the weeds than David Bray.
I think there's behind the scenes stuff going on between Matt Scouts and Flo.
Willie has been cool, to the Flo guys on Bash, for a while now. He's been super cool.
Yeah, he'll call them like nerds and or idiots from time to time, and is very, very chill about it. Honestly, the people that Willie has been the most aggressive towards are
the fans,
kind of the people in our tier. He's like, these small scale podcasts.
He's not talking about us.
No, we're not on the radar yet. We're getting there.
He's talking about
Monday.
I hope he was talking about us. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't think we're on the radar yet. Anyway,
I mean, he was talking about school affiliated.
Yeah. When there's very clear and very well explained bias.
Well, then why doesn't he shit on Bosch?
He does, but just in a friendly way because they're friends.
Well,
Bosch.
He keeps drinking his rosé.
Bosch.
I like Justin's interviews. His interviews are great. Those are
I'm bad and Boshy.
I like his interviews, and honestly, when they talk about the freestyle stuff and there's not really that college bias, totally fine. It's really that bad.
There's just still that bias. Copy. It's still there.
His bias, he picked who were his picks? Lilladall.
Yeah, and his coverage of all of it, and is
what? I'm gonna pick Lilladall.
I heard he picked Braden Davis too.
Over the cops, right?
Braden Davis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Braden Davis wins this race.
I think Braden Davis escapes.
I think Braden Davis is getting out of this
law.
His technique of ripping the body cam off of the uniform.
Did that happen?
Yes.
What I read.
That's crazy. Damn. Okay.
Do you think he's going to be a cowboy?
No.
They don't need him. Please go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else. Go back to Michigan.
Where's he going to go?
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan.
Central Michigan.
Central Michigan. Go wrestle with Chandler Amaker.
Oh, now, for those of you that are just now tuning in, Chandler Amaker is today's answer for Gable game.
Yep.
Why would you tell him that?
Well, it's This
Because I
isn't
hate
live,
them
Reed.
for not playing already, Reese.
Oh,
And they didn't play today, and it's going to be different tomorrow.
So it's different in an hour.
Yeah,
It changes
tomorrow.
in
Tomorrow, it's going to be. I'm going to take a guess right now.
Patrick
Tomorrow, it's going to be. Let me think here.
Yeah, Antrell Taylor.
Nope. That's not who it's going to
I
be.
always pick a Big Ten guy first.
Mikey
Is that what you guys do?
Delegata.
That's also not who it's going
What's
to
your
be.
strategy?
I always
I
pick
pick-
Carter Starachi
Pick
first.
a Big Ten guy.
Right. Ryan always picks Carter Starachi. I run Vinny Zerbin because he's middle placement, middle weight in a big conference.
That's what I mean. That's generally what I guess.
That splits it in half, and then you can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
I start from the top and work my way down.
Yeah.
Top of the podium?
And now I won't ever not guess Carter Strachey first in case, the day ever comes.
I picked Diego.
It will. There's only 330 wrestlers, and there's more days in a year than that. So
I understand how it works, Sammy.
So will it not
So what's
do
going to
repeats
happen
until it
after
goes through
that?
all of the wrestlers?
Huh? Well, here's the thing, guys. It's been about a month since the tournament, and it just started. So
I got a question.
yeah,
Did you answer it?
no,
Did you hear it?
no,
Will it do repeats before it gets through all the wrestlers?
no. And so I answered it because I said it's been about a month since NCAA's happened, and it just started.
That's not it. That didn't answer my question.
Yeah, it
Yes,
does.
it does. Yes, it does.
How does that answer my question?
Because it will run through 330 wrestlers. Because there's roughly about
My question
There's
was:
365 days.
Is it random or is it on shuffle?
Oh, it's on shuffle. I took the list of IDs and I randomized it and assigned a date to all of them and then put them in the database.
Why didn't you just say that the first time, Reese?
I
Why
thought
do you always dance around? Why do you always dance around?
I thought the question was clear.
I don't want to.
Reese?
I don't want to have 10 instances of Chandler Amaker. I don't want that. I want one, and then I can cross them off the list. Done. I don't have to look for Jordan Greer ever again. Or Luke Serber.
God, that one really got me, and it shouldn't have. I should have gotten that one so much quicker than 7 guesses.
Zan Fugit. Brendan Furman guessed 2 Oklahoma State wrestlers and is like, I can't figure out who it is.
What an idiot.
He does not know the sport. That's fine. Okay. Speaking of the sport, let's get back to it. Dake is most likely going to be the guy that Zahid wrestles at Final X. It's the best 2 out of 3 series. What do we think?
What do we think about?
I think David Taylor is coming out of retirement again.
David Taylor. Just a bit. Sorry, son.
We're hitting the hour mark. We're hitting the hour. We're losing him. His Fortnite's loaded up. He's ready to go. He's ready to go hit the gritty and get a victory royale.
What are you looking at? What are you doing? Is that a controller in your hand?
It was.
Some things to note on the backside of this bracket. Kekheisen takes 4th. He loses to Chance Marsteller.
What was the score of that match?
4-2. Rocco Welsh beats Marcus Coleman for 5th, beating him 6-5. Chris Moore, who was an Illinois wrestler 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 49,
at 165.
Right?
At 165.
So he'll be a sophomore.
He'll be a sophomore. He was redshirting this last year. He beats Braden Thompson 9-2 for 7th. Who beat Jersey Rob 3-3 to get into placement.
Ooh.
Jersey Rob.
Jersey Rob.
So is that wow, Chris Moore's going to be really good? Or is that maybe Braden Thompson isn't?
I think Chris Moore is going to be. Chris Moore had a really good.
Yeah, he was really good his freshman year. Yeah.
And now he's wrestling well at 86 kilos.
And Illinois. And plus, he's got Isaiah Martinez extra large to work out with.
Extra large. Imar, you are
except for
hefty.
Strong right now.
Imar left.
Oh, that's right. He's got Ed Ruth.
He did.
And Ed Ruth. He did. He's not listed on the coach roster anymore.
We go to
got
fat
that one
camp
from Bash as well.
Yeah, same.
You go to fat camp.
All right, no, we're done. We're done.
Answer the question.
Too many Twix. Too many Snickers. His pockets were flowing. Failed him up.
Dude, dad like couldn't take his eyes off him at NCAA.
It's one of those things where you're like equal parts disgusted and fascinated.
Dude, all right. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I love watching me wrestle back in the day.
I loved it when you got inside tripped straight to your back.
No, I liked, dude, his 3-match series with Jordan Burroughs was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was that was epic.
So is your 2-match final series with Vincenzo Joseph.
That was also epic.
For a different
He
reason.
contributed to the greatest team race and the downfall of the Flow film, the Untitled Flow project. From
I wish they would
2018.
Ohio
release that.
State, what could have been.
They should have
Yeah.
released that.
They should have.
One step short. One trip too quick.
They should just make Bo Nickel look like a villain in that.
It wouldn't be hard, Ryan. I'm
I
sorry,
know.
it wouldn't. It would be so easy. You
love
don't
Bo.
actually have to try. You
You
just
still
kind
have
of
a
play it.
fan. You still have a fan in me, Bo. A lot of people,
I still
Sammy,
like-
have
I like
turned
watching
on
him
you.
fight. I like watching him fight. I don't like listening to him talk. I don't.
It's weird, man. Because like I listened to his interview on Flow, and he was like very cool about. But he took forever
He's got
talking.
a character.
He was I feel like when people take a long time to like figure out their words and what they're gonna say, tells me that they're not used to talking in
In a certain way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're used to being.
It's like I have to be very careful about what I say here.
Yeah,
You know what I
being
think,
nice.
Reese?
Yeah.
I think that's a good assessment.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job. 92 kilos. Try Hadley. Looks like a world team member.
Probably the easiest pick when it came to picking who was going to win a weight.
No, Kyle Snyder.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Whoa, you're getting flashbanged, Ryan. Look out.
What is going on over there?
Don't worry about it, Reese.
Trent Hadley wins in the finals 7-1 over college freshman Aiden Sinclair, who wrestled like
18
12 matches this weekend.
It was 18.
How did he wrestle 18 matches? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it was.
He only
Yeah,
wrestled 4
mid-
on seniors.
Yeah, but he wrestled 14 in juniors.
No, he
No, he did not. How big does the bracket have to be if you wrestle 14 matches on the front side?
I believe it was it 10 or
like-
11? How many matches did he
that would
wrestle
have to be
for?
like 20,000 people.
Okay, he wrestled 1, 2, 3, 4 in seniors, and then in U20s he wrestled. Oh, he wrestled way more. Okay, I'm at the wrong weight. That's a problem. Wait, he wrestled 80. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he wrestled 9 matches, and he wrestled 86 in U20s. I didn't even realize that.
So he got kind of. So what do we think about that? Did you watch that finals with McAnally?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
How do we feel about that?
He got screwed. He got screwed.
Why?
He got Geno'd.
He got the takedown and then showed clear effort to try and turn McAnally. And after 2 seconds, they said, "Nah, let's go up." Nah.
You think
And then,
seemed
and then he kind of blew it, but still.
it seemed like they gave him ample time.
No, absolutely not. No.
Some dude was like explaining, he was like, in that kind of situation, the official has 2 options: either let him have way too much time, like, and just let the clock run out, or bring them up really quick and like 8 seconds, like let the clock have like at least enough time for a wrestler to score. And I was like, well, that makes sense. And Aiden should have.
I thought it was the right call.
Dude,
Yes.
they also let McAnally.
Reese.
They let McAnally get a running start.
Dude, that's right.
All
Like,
right,
it looked
that
like he
I
jumped
agree
the clock.
with.
Okay.
That I agree with. I
Right.
didn't really think about that but now that I think about it, I'm like, ooh, that might have been. You might be right, Sam.
Yeah. So I hope to see them wrestle again.
Jamie, will you pull that up, please?
Yeah, Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie, pull that up, please.
Thanks for pulling that up, Jamie. I think I'm excited to see them wrestle again, and I expect great matches at U20 trials. So
I think 184 in NCAA's next year is going to be amazeballs.
184 and 133 and 141 are going to be crazy.
Crazy. Why 141?
With Mendez, Hardy, and Stanich, and Frost, and the other one, and I don't know. I looked at this. I looked at this, and I'm like, this is going to be a very fun weight class. Vombar. There's going to be a lot of fun wrestling. Whoever Penn State has, I don't know who they're going to have. Blaze or
When was the
Ono.
last time Lehigh had back-to-back champions? Like at two, you know what I mean? Like,
has that happened?
33 and 41.
Yes.
Has
that ever happened for Lehigh?
No idea.
Have they ever had two champions in one tournament ever?
Well,
I was going to say no.
Lehigh wrestling champions. I'm going to say no, but I mean, historically, they've been a really good team.
I don't know, dude. I have a hard time seeing Stanich beating Mendez. That's my thing.
You might be able to, dude. You know what I gathered from the Stanich-Mendez match? Or not Stanich-Mendez, Stanich-Bassett match. Stanich is incredibly strong.
Yes.
What did he do? I didn't see the match.
Dude, go back and watch it. I mean, he just neutralizes Bassett's pace with his strength and doesn't, like, really use much endurance doing so. And it's what helps him win the match, in my opinion. Slows Bassett down, dude. Yeah, Bassett, I don't think... He was like, this guy is not only slowing me down, but he's not getting tired. So... Because it's not like Bassett was getting to the legs. That was the one thing that was like, if he can fix his finish on like the rubber knee, then he might beat Stanich up pretty good next time.
He was just couldn't finish.
He was he was struggling to finish, especially like, I don't know, it was kind of rubber knee-ish, but not really.
Dude, he should forego his senior year. Him and Jack should both forego their senior years.
It looks like in 1965, Lehigh had a champ at 137 and a champ at 123.
They want to beat Faith Christian. And do you blame them? I would be the same way.
No.
Yeah, they'll do whatever it takes.
And they're going to be good next year.
However many kids they need to recruit.
Yeah. Okay. So I just pulled up some historical information. I thought that was kind of cool, but whatever.
Well, we were talking about something before that, Sammy. So you know what? Take your historical information.
We were talking about something else before that.
Right up your butthole.
You interjected.
Trent Hidley.
How are you doing there, Ryan?
As a world team member.
Fantastic.
I can hear like the game music in the background. What are you playing?
No, you can't. That's impossible.
He's playing Dark Souls, dude. He was just talking about Estus flasks and shit before you got on.
There's my controller. The game is plugged into some headphones, so there's no way you can hear any music.
Okay, sure.
You hear the fan of my PS.
That's probably what I hear, because that thing is a freaking...
Yeah, this is a 4.
That thing is
it's yours, Sammy. You gave it to me.
Uh-huh. Okay, 97 kilos. Kyle Snyder wins. That's kind of all there is to say about it. I don't even know this guy who took third place. Zane Lanham. No, I know J.I.L.O. But who is Zane Lanham?
I know the name.
Who is Kyle Knopp? Chris Knopp.
Christian Knopp. He's a NC State wrestler.
Who's Gavin Hoffman?
Gavin Hoffman, Gary Traub, Masma and Dean didn't look killer, but that's fine.
You're a hater.
Dude. I calls him how I sees him. And then at heavyweight.
Oh, Life. That's right. In Glenville. I know this guy.
Who?
Is that Zane Lannon?
Life University?
Okay.
He was a graduate assistant at Glenville, and he was a 2-time national champion, 4-time All-American at Life.
Oh, interesting. A D2 guy. Or is that NAIA?
That's NAIA.
NAIA guy beating up
Idiots.
on some D1 boys.
Okay. Heavyweight. Henderson wins. He gets
these weights are so uninteresting. I want to talk about the upper weights of juniors way more.
Okay, run it.
I want to ask what your opinion is on Cody Merrill.
I don't know. I was not super inspired by how he did.
I haven't been inspired by any of his wrestling this past year.
I mean, I liked what I saw with him at the
Soldier Salute.
At the Soldier Salute. I liked that. But 5-1 against Mirasola was just not.
Dude, he used to be, right? Or did he wrestle the other one?
I have no idea. I don't know which one he would have wrestled.
I think he beat Connor.
Yeah, he just he's struggling to get to his offense for sure.
Yeah, just hopefully we see some correction for their next time, but it's just not.
Braden Thompson's going to be 97 for Oklahoma State next year.
I don't get that either.
So Merrill's not going to wrestle? Is that what you're saying?
Merrill's going to be heavyweight.
He's going heavyweight? Doucette? No Doucette?
No Doucette.
Dude, they're deucing on Doucette, which I hate the idea of.
Yeah.
Hey, how did we feel about Duke and Melvin Miller, PJ Duke?
That was an awesome match.
It was a great match. I think Melvin Miller is the real deal.
Legit. He is legit.
Everyone thinks Melvin Miller is locked in for Iowa. I think there's going to be a battle for him.
Well, who do you think's honing their blade for this battle?
The other two?
Oklahoma State and Penn State. The three houses.
How old is Melvin Miller? That's what I want to know.
18 at least right now.
Really?
Otherwise, he would be wrestling U17s.
I think he's still U17 eligible.
No.
Isn't he a sophomore?
Yes.
So you think
this would put him on the same trajectory as Bo?
Wouldn't. That would make him. Well, I guess he would be 20 by the end. If he just turned 18, that would make him 20 by the end of his senior year. So
Bo Bassett was 17, turning 18 in the year
Bo's
last year.
18 apparently, or is he 19? Is Bo 18 or 19?
Bo says he will be U20 eligible next year, which makes sense because again, last year for the Olympic trials, he was 17, turning 18 that year between his sophomore to junior year of high school.
But he won't be.
But when does he turn
U20 eligible his first year at college, like most guys are?
No, and he won't be U20 eligible during his second year of college, like some guys are.
Some guys like Luke Stanich,
and me.
You too?
Yep, I was U20 eligible my sophomore year.
Was
just 1 year for me. Yes, you would. You would have been a race. Yes, you would have been.
Andrew Berryessa was not.
So yeah, I just want to know when their birthday is what I want to know.
Oh well, don't consult the internet because they have no idea either.
No, UWW just assumes everyone's like Russia or something. They lie about their age.
Yeah, but didn't Bo say his birthday was one day, and then Rudis, he's a Rudis athlete, didn't he? Said that his birthday was a different date.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bo said his was like August something. August 2006 maybe or 2007.
Then there's like all these other people on the internet like, no, I've heard his birthday's this date. I've heard it's that day. So like, unless you see the certificate, you'll never know.
Jax. I want to know how old Jax is. Is he 19
It's
now?
Sadulayev all over
Someone
again.
said he's 19.
I think Jax was turning 19 this year.
Yeah, but did he just turn 19? Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
happened?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Jax and Bassett are the same age, I thought.
Yeah, but when in that year, you know?
When in the year?
Probably around the same time of year.
Anyway, Melvin Miller. Yeah, he looks like a kind of grownish. That was my point.
Being 18, you're pretty grownish.
He was grown manning some of those dudes. Some of those college dudes.
Yeah, like Jackson Joy and Cross Wasilewski.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's legit. Now, tell you what, he had a 17-14 match early on against Jude Randall.
How often do you think those guys train at UPJ?
I don't know. Is it?
What's your point?
Well, that's an advantage. You're still wrestling with college guys.
I feel like all these dudes wrestle.
And
I just assume they
UPJ
all
has a
do
good
that.
program.
All the college or the high school,
Strip
all the high
Matter
school
coaches there.
Dude, I don't know.
You did that, didn't you, Ryan?
We would go to Baker.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do you say it? Why do you say it with so much contempt, brother?
Yes, brother.
Because they sucked. What?
Brother, why do you say it with so much contempt? Yeah, but
brother,
like,
why?
compare the quality of Pennsylvania high school wrestling to Kansas high school wrestling, and then UPJ to Baker.
Dude, look at how well UPJ does year to year at the Division II level versus Baker.
How do they do?
They're top 10 every year, I would.
Baker's NCAA,
Right.
dumbass.
Yeah. And they suck. They're terrible.
Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges.
They're terrible. They'd be terrible in Division II. They'd be worse than Fort Hays in Division II.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Is my background flickering?
A little bit, but
yeah,
a little bit.
That's annoying. I hate that. Anyway,
let's talk about Wyatt Hendrickson.
Oh, right. Wyatt's the champ.
He beat NCAA 2-time NCAA qualifier Demetrius Thomas in the finals.
Yep.
Yeah, but D-Train's tough now.
Zomer.
Meach studied up at Brown.
Yeah. How did he beat Zomer? Did anybody watch it?
No, I was not ready for that one.
Zomer looked worn out from his last match against Fort Hays State University assistant coach Colton McKiernan.
He was worn, huh?
He was worn out. He was tie-tie.
Sweepy.
He was sweep. He didn't need sweep.
Dude, I'm watching this clip. I do not remember this. Zahid just about nearly snapped Dake's head into the mat.
Yeah, dude, he snapped the shit out of him.
Dude, at one point, they were boxing.
Like early in the match?
They were just punching each other.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
That's my kind of wrestling.
Yeah, hit him with the left. Hit him with the right.
Knock the pussy out.
Fight night. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Obviously, it didn't pay off for Dake, but you just can't get ducked and gutted. You know, if you don't get ducked and gutted, you probably do a lot better.
Has he been gutted like that ever?
I don't know when the last time was that Kyle Dake was gut wrenched.
What was he
gut wrenched by?
What kind of defense was he attempting there?
I think John J. Chavez gut wrenched him once.
Oh.
But John J. Chavez also has the strength of Zeus, and I don't understand it. Never did.
John J. Chavez.
Dude,
he would do that 2-on-1 where he doesn't even grab your arm. He just like pinches it to your body, and you can't get it back.
I do want to rewatch that match and see that. Yeah, like what his reaction was to getting gutted, because that was weird. That was like
he was trying to get out of the trap arm at the same time.
I refuse. That's what it felt like. It felt like I will not be giving up this gut. I don't know. Zahid also seemed like he was like, "What is he doing?"
There was definitely a moment when they were on their back, and Kyle's like, I see the lights, but what's happening?
It looks like Dake was trying to scramble out of it, and then just roll with
weird.
it. Kind of, I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird.
It looked like he was trying to like Hercules. I thought like that's what I picture in my mind is him trying to Hercules out of it. Yeah. And Zahid was like, "Holy shit!"
Say it again.
It's gonna be a fun, dude. It's gonna be a fun. I hope it's a full 3-match series at Final X. I hope we just get 9 minutes. Wow, yeah, 18 minutes of just great Zahid Dake wrestling. Maybe one of the matches can be a snoozer. We get, you get it. Yeah, every 4 matches you get a little burner, and that's okay.
Yeah, be interesting.
Okay. All right, people. If you're still listening, go do something else. We've enjoyed having you around. On your way out, like and subscribe, and go tell a friend about us so that we can brighten their day as well. And we hope you had a good one. Boys,
Bye.
Good night. Sleep
Bye,
tight.
bye, bye.
And let the
Bye,
bet
bye.
bite.